Hello, and welcome to Neural Newscast. I am Evelyn Hartwell.
And I am Marcus Shaw. You know, Evelyn, today we are looking at a story that, well, it feels like it belongs in a different century, but it is very much a product of our modern world. We are talking about Greenland.
Yeah, it really is a territory that has been thrust into the absolute center of a geopolitical firestorm lately. Recently, the White House has intensified its rhetoric regarding the acquisition of Greenland, which is a self-governing Danish territory. President Trump has actually stated that the island is vital for national security, citing a growing presence of Russian and Chinese vessels in the Arctic.
It is quite a pivot. I mean, just a year ago, the talk was mostly about economic security. Now the administration is calling it a national security priority. In fact, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt even mentioned that utilizing the U.S. military is an option on the table for acquiring the island. I mean, that is a massive escalation, right?
Right, and it has certainly alarmed leaders in Europe. Denmark and other NATO allies issued a joint statement making it clear that Greenland belongs to its people and that they alone decide their future. But, from a climate and environmental perspective, this interest isn't just coming out of nowhere. The Arctic is changing, and Greenland is at the heart of that change.
Exactly. The melting ice is literally opening up new paths. We are talking about the Northwest Passage and the Transpolar Sea Route. These could significantly cut travel time between Asia and Europe, bypassing the Suez Canal entirely. It is a total game changer for global trade, isn't it?
It is, but the environmental cost of that accessibility is staggering. Beyond the shipping routes, there is the GIUK gap. That's the naval choke point between Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom. It has been a strategic watch point since the Cold War. The Patuxent Space Base, which we used to call Thule, is already there, serving as an early warning system for ballistic missiles.
And that base is the northernmost deep-water port in the world. But let's talk about the tech side for a second, because this is where it gets really interesting for the future of industry. Greenland is essentially sitting on a treasure trove of rare earth elements and critical minerals. We need these for everything from wind turbines to electric vehicle batteries and even advanced military hardware.
That is a crucial point. Currently, China has a near monopoly on these rare earth elements. Control over Greenland's deposits would fundamentally shift the balance of economic power and supply chain security for the United States. It's about more than just land. It's about resources.
Totally. And then there is the Golden Dome. That is the multi-billion-dollar missile defense initiative designed to shield the U.S. from all missile attacks. Analysts are saying that for a system like that to actually work, the U.S. needs missile interceptors and sensors much closer to Russia. Greenland is, well, it's essentially the perfect real estate for that kind of defense infrastructure.
It is a complex situation where climate science, global commerce, and military strategy are colliding. While the U.S. sees strategic necessity, the people of Greenland and the government in Denmark see a threat to sovereignty and a challenge to the NATO alliance. Opinion polls in Greenland show an overwhelming opposition to U.S. control, with many favoring full independence from Denmark instead.
It is a story we will be watching closely as these tensions continue to develop in the high north. Thank you for joining us today for this deep dive.
Thank you for listening to Neural Newscast. I am Evelyn Hartwell.
And I am Marcus Shaw. We will see you next time. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.